it'll be up. He's going to drop it. And then I don't know what they're going to do because now you have Jacob involved, which is eventually we're going to get to Cody and Jacob. And then Drew decides who he gets. At least Drew got to hold on to this one in front of fans and not like what happened at Mania in Philadelphia, which I was there when Damian Priest cashed in on him.
Yeah, he only held the title for like 3 to 4 minutes, and then he lost it because of Punk.
Yeah, because he got into it, CM Punk.
Yeah, beat the hell out of him, and then, Damian cashed in and won it.
Yeah.
But I hope they do a better thing with them than they are with Jade Cargill.
I'm really not a fan of Jade Cargill's reign, to be honest with you, because it's like nothing. It's just every time she come out saying, "Oh, I'm that bitch." You haven't beaten anybody yet.
Exactly, or defend the title.
Yeah, and then I know they're starting. I don't know if they're trying to do a program with her and Jordan Grace.
Yeah, it looks like they are.
And I'm like, oh.
I don't know why Jordan Grace hasn't done nothing.
No, and Jordan hasn't done anything in NXT since she's been there. Okay, besides feud with Blake Monroe, and then we all saw how that feud went. Who got the better end of that deal? Blake got the better end of that deal. Look where she went, even though right now she's possibly getting called up to the main roster.
Yeah, she was supposed to have that North American title match, and then all of a sudden that went out the window.
Yeah.
They threw her to the side and gave it to Izzy Dame.
Yeah, gave it to Izzy Dame because Thea just lost it. And I think Thea was going to lose that belt anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, she wasn't supposed to win it.
No. Yeah, the same way with Maxine losing the Intercontinental title to Becky. And I was like, I don't think Maxine was going to have a long reign. I think it was just to have like shock and awe. And then we all knew where the plan for Mania was going to be was AJ versus Becky for that title.
Yeah, Maxine Dupree, all that was like you said, a shock and awe. It boost her up a little bit more as a top baby face if they want to push her like that.
Yeah.
Since they need younger baby faces. So to give her a competitive edge, she won the title. But when you do that and then they lose it the next week or two, it's like, okay, so the title run was a fluke.
Yeah, basically what it was. It was a fluke because I really didn't think Maxine was having this month reign. I was thinking, okay, there's the possibility we know where we're going is Becky versus AJ.
Correct.
We knew that. That's where we were going with this.
Exactly. Look at Julia. She wins the U.S. title and she barely defends it.
Yeah.
And when she does defend it, she lost to Chelsea Green.
Yep.
Even though she had the title for 2.5 months, but then that's how we could go all the way back to Ambrose having the U.S. title and he barely defended it.
Yeah, let's recall Ambrose had that for a long time and he never defended it.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Now look at Jade Cargill. She's the women's champion, but she doesn't defend it.
Yeah, and then you're going to go to her and Jordan, which makes no sense. And I'm like, oh, God. That's why I said with the Royal Rumble, like with the women, there is no standout that I could say, okay, this woman is going to win the Royal Rumble. If I'm going to say my picks for the Royal Rumble for women-wise, I would say Tiffany Stratton if she comes back because she's injured. There's that possibility. I would.
Yeah, but we already seen Tiffany. She wasn't all that when she was a champion.
No, that's why I said it could be her. I would love to see Roxanne go, but I don't think they're going to do that because eventually you got to do Judgment Day breakup between Roxanne, Liv, and Raquel. You have to do that. That's why I got to throw her out.
Well, it's going to be your top 5. It's going to be Charlotte.
Yeah.
Since she's been in tags, they might push her back to go to singles.
Yeah.
It could be Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
It could be Io Sky.
Yep.
It could be.
I would say Alexa Bliss, maybe.
Alexa, Bailey.
Yeah.
Well, Becky and AJ, they already.
Yeah, I'd throw Becky and AJ out. They're not going to. I would go like the usual suspects you just said. That's why I said I really don't see a woman out there that stands out that says, oh, I think that this woman is going to win the Royal Rumble. Because at times you'll go like, hey, I know, oh, this person's going to stand out to win the Royal Rumble.
Or they could shock us and, go a different route, have Paige come out of nowhere and
That wouldn't shock me in a way because I know Soraya was at an independent. She played her old music, which for her WWE theme, because she didn't play her exes because they broke up.
Or really shock and have Trish Stratus come out and win it.
Like I said, I don't know any woman out there that stands out to me that says I think that this woman is going to win the Royal Rumble when I go to WrestleMania in Vegas. That's what I said to people. I don't see a woman out there that stands out to me. If we're going to go on the men's side, okay, the men's side who stands out to me who could win, Braun Breaker. He stands out to me. Even though he lost to Punk, I think more likely he could win the Rumble. Also, we had discussed earlier, even though Cody's not getting his rematch, there is the possibility that Cody could win the Rumble.
Yes. You got those. You got Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah, forgot about him. Yeah, forgot.
You have Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
He's probably retiring.
I think Brock probably be like a Gunter casualty. I'm not saying that Gunter is going to beat him, but I think Gunter is going like all these people who are starting to retire. He's going like on the road to like, okay, I'm going to retire all these guys. AJ's the next one come this Monday. And then eventually I would say Brock would be the next one.
Yeah, you're going by. Yeah, the history. Well, before everything came out about Brock looking at, the whole Vince McMahon situation, they were pushing for Gunther versus Brock.
Yeah.
And since everything, what came out, what Vince did, and they're naming Brock, but even though Brock was never accused or even involved in it.
No, but yeah, they're just saying his name. But Brock has not been tried anyway. He's not on trial here. Vince McMahon is officially the one that's into trouble here.
Exactly. So, I mean, you could go like that and LA Knight if they want to go.
Yeah, I forgot about LA Knight. Yeah, if you want to go that route. But yeah, that's out of the men who stand out for me. But like I said, the women, like I said, unfortunately, I don't see any woman that stands out to me. And it could be one of your usual suspects. Right. Basically, that's about it. Like I said, if we didn't have, if Liv never got injured, then there's the possibility we would have had the whole Roxy, Liv, Raquel thing. Judgment Day breaks up, which it needs to break up. How long has that been going on for? Then we would have had that. And then, okay, then I could say, okay, Roxy should win the Rumble. Now it's time, which she should have won last year, but unfortunately we didn't get that.
Right.
But like I said, that's what I said. There's no woman out there that stands out to me that's going to win the Rumble. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, you could pick and be like, oh, this one definitely. They love Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte can do it. Then they love Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
She can do it, but then there's Liv Morgan
that could win it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, unfortunately for me, I don't see a woman that stands out to me. For the men, like we said, I say Braun, LA Knight. I'll say Cody. God forbid, I hope it is not Cody again, because I really don't want to see him get the belt back yet. Because now it's the point of, I think we've already turned on Cody Rhodes. I think we already have turned on him.
Nah,
or not yet. I still like Cody, but I'm not saying it's not to the point where, like 2 years ago when we turned on, I think it was a while back, we turned on Seth before The Fiend.
Exactly. And you know, how you were saying the Royal Rumble, you also could do Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
I'm pretty high on him as well.
Oh, yeah. I think Jacob has the makings of being a champ. I think it's going to probably be after he gets done with Cody, then you could start doing something with him.
And, hey, you can never, a dark horse, you go with Obafemi.
Yeah, because he literally, because I know at the end of NXT, all you just see is the belt in the ring, and I'm going like, well, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, he was talking to the Evolve guys saying, you know, there's spots, all these NXT guys are getting called up, so there's openings.
Yeah.
All you see is the one guy open the door and say, hey, did you just see with Obafemi? And then his mic cut out, and then they go back to the ring and see
the belt's in the ring.
Yeah, but he pretty much knew.
I think he pretty much knew he was leaving and getting called up because Trick got called.
If you watch Raw, they already promoted Obafemi on there during a commercial or a break, however Netflix has it.
Yeah.
The ads and stuff, they already promoted, and which makes no sense why they're sending him to Raw instead of SmackDown, where he already had like a confrontation with Drew and Cody.
Yeah,
He should go to SmackDown.
Yeah.
And like Trick Williams should have went to Raw.
Mm-hmm. Because what I really don't want is Trick and Mello back together or another Trick and Mello feud.
Yeah.
Not that it would be bad. It's just like we've seen it. Do you really need to do that? The whole point was separate the two. Let Mello go on his own path where he's the U.S. champ, and then have Trick go on his own path too.
Well, yeah, but they have Carmelo as the face, and
they
got Trick as the heel.
Now.
So, I mean, I'm sure they're trying to aim maybe to that for them to cross paths.
I know. Eventually, yeah. I would say let them cross at the Royal Rumble. I can understand that they're going to have to cross paths there, but I just don't want to see it just right now at this moment. Like, okay, the only one I think that shouldn't have got called off was Javon Evans because we know he's not good on the mic.
No, he's not good on the mic. He's a flash in the pans. I mean, I don't know why they. I told you, I'm not Javon Evans.
I never was either. I told you that. I've told you how I feel about Javon Evans. I never was a fan of him. And people could say I have that photo of me and Timothy. I said, yeah, and I can explain that. I just wanted Thea hell. I had no damn choice because that bastard cock blocked me.
Yeah, he's like what's his name? Lee from KSM. What are they called? He's in TNA now. He got released, or shocking released a while back.
Leon Slater.
Nah, it wasn't Slater.
Okay.
Black guy that was with the other. That was with the one guy got released because he was like a Nazi guy.
Okay.
Like he was doing a Nazi, and they released his partner.
Okay.
His last name is Lee.
I know who you're speaking of. I just can't remember his name.
KMX or KXM.
Something like that. I know who you're speaking of. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he's in TNA now.
Yeah.
That's all Jordan Evans reminds me of. Someone like him. He doesn't do nothing. He does moves. It's like, okay, I can see AJ Styles do these moves. Like, I can watch, the luchadors do these moves.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't bring nothing.
No, he doesn't. Like I said, in times you barely understand the damn word he says. Because the time when he talks, I'm like, what the fuck are you saying, dude?
And when he faced Randy Orton, me and you we were actually talking on the podcast about why are they pushing this? I'm like, who's this guy? Like, why are they even pushing him and stuff?
Yeah, I don't understand why they were. I really don't. Like I said, I've never seen the big hype on Javon Evans. I never did. Yeah, like I said, I said like all the other people who got there. Okay, I see all the hype. Okay, I know. Eventually, when Ethan Page does drop the North American title, I can't wait till he gets called up to the main roster. When eventually he does.
Yeah, I think he should have went up there already.
I think so too. And I was just a little disappointed last year he wasn't in the Royal Rumble. I'm not saying, hey, he needs to get called up, but at least showcase him to a main audience.
Exactly.
At least showcase him. That would have been the thing. Same thing with, I would say, Ricky Saints, not just yet.
And here's my thing. It's like, all right, you bring it up Ricky, you bring it up not Ricky Saints, but you bring it up Jamal. So you're going to let Thomas Ciampa walk.
Yeah.
That's done everything in NXT and has a good partner in DIY with Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
But, you haven't done nothing on the main roster, so you're going to let him walk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, if you want to do something with Ciampa like how he was in NXT, move him to Raw.
Yeah.
And, Javon Evans, keep him. He didn't even win an NXT title.
No, he didn't. And I could say, like, everybody could say, oh, well, they're not good. They don't have a belt. Well, not everybody at times needs a belt. Sometimes your talent is good without the belt. But with him, he just was the underdog, always getting his ass kicked.
Exactly. Like you said, you can barely hear it. It's like he has dicks in his mouth.
No, all he reminds me of Mushmouth from Fat Albert.
Yeah, that's a good example. That's how he is. I don't see what he is. Like when they brought him out, I just fast forward. Like, this is really this guy.
Yeah.
Another flash in the pan, high flyer that they see a top of the key type. He's like a mid card at best.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I see him as. Like I said, I was never a big Javon Evans fan, and like I said to people, yeah, okay, that photo out there with me, Javon, and Thea, I just wanted Thea help, but unfortunately, I had no damn choice.
Right.
That was it. And trust me, I
Exactly.
never was a big fan of him in NXT. I was a fan of everybody else in NXT. I could say Trick, Oba, everybody else, name it all the above. Like I said, back then, I could say before we get into the football portion, I wasn't used to be a fan of Ethan Page back then because every time he used to do that damn pose, I always thought in real life, oh God, he's such a dick, he's such a douche. But then when I meet him at WWE World in Vegas, I was like, holy shit, this guy is cool.
I've always liked Ethan Page. I've always been a fan of his wherever he's been.
Yeah, that was just my personal opinion on it. Like I said, his in-ring work, I was a fan of. It was just that damn pose and everything. I was like, oh God, I think in real life, I think he's a dick in real life. But then when
I think it'll be nice. Yeah, I think it'll be nice if Scorpio Sky left AEW.
I think that might occur. Yeah.
Because they don't do nothing with that guy. They got him like in some kind of group.
No,
like,
Scorpio got injured again. Unfortunately, he got injured again.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he got re-injured. That's why he didn't face Shelton at because he was originally supposed to fight Shelton at Collision a week ago, but then he got injured, and that's when they had to sub in Dante Martin.
Oh, that's another one. Like really, Doug Martin? Come on now.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I'm like, oh my Lord. But all in all, that's what we have in our wrestling portion. Now our football portion, which is our coach firings, our surprises, and our non-shockers. I'll give my first surprise coach shocking. I didn't expect it ever go, and I thought would always be retire. John Harbaugh of the Ravens.
Yeah and no. I can see why he was there for 18 years, which is a long time. Basically, whoever won that game, which Mike Tomlin did, whoever lost that game, I'm pretty sure the coach was getting fired.
I pretty much could have saw Tomlin getting fired because after Boswell missed that extra point, I was like, hey, I think this might be Mike Tomlin's last game as a Steeler here.
Exactly. It sucks that he got fired, but John Harbaugh gets scooped up in a second.
Oh yeah.
Once he got fired and the news broke, he already had like 10 teams calling about
him. Oh yeah, his phone was already off the hook at this point. I just know what it was because I have one of my friends who is a Ravens fan. I think it was they wanted to get rid of Monken, the offensive coordinator, and I think he didn't want to do it.
Nah, yeah, because he's loyal to his guys. So. It's cool. It's a good head coach. You look at the teams that need a head coach right now. We could really change that franchise.
I'm just praying to God he don't go to the Smurfs because we'll all be fucked if he goes there.
Yeah, and there's rumors that the Dolphins are highly on him. They want him to go to Miami, but I don't see him going to Miami. I don't think he wants to go to a team to rebuild. I think he wants to go to a team that's
like a contender.
Like it's almost there for playoff, like how Ben Johnson went to the Bears and turned them around. Yeah. Look at them; they're like the number 2 seed, which they shouldn't be. But that's
well, we'll get into that later. We're going to get into that, yeah. But
I know, but he's got. There's already reports the Giants are strongly trying to get him to go to New York.
That's what I don't want. I think most of the NFCs don't want that. If he goes to the Giants, we all know the Giants are going to be good because, okay, they got Jackson Dart. You have Cam Scatterboo. You'll get a healthy Malik Neighbors. You have good on your back end. It's just you just have to fix that secondary and the offensive line.
Exactly. Or, hell, you might go to the Raiders and you have a hardball division.
No.
Brother versus brother.
Yeah. I think if he goes to the Raiders, I will give him at least maybe 2 years. It'll get fixed.
Yeah,
I give him 2 years. That's when the Raiders would get fixed. Year one, it won't be. I'll say if he does go to year one, I think the record would be better than it was right now.
Yeah, it would be a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say a playoff just yet, but it'll be a little bit better.
Well, depending on the moves they make, I know right now in the off season they are strongly considering for once trading Max Crosby, and I know Max Crosby's already said for that he would like to, probably go elsewhere.
Well, yeah.
For what happened at the end of the season, and telling him to sit, and he wasn't.
He wasn't going for it.
So I think this year, Max Crosby would definitely get traded. This year.
Yeah, I think Max Crosby will. I just don't know where he'll go. But that was the most surprise firing to me. I didn't see coming. The rest we all saw coming, which was, well, Raheem Morris, we both got wrong because we thought he was going to stay. But Arthur Blank actually used his brain for once and fired him.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of surprised. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. A little too late because he was actually the Falcons played pretty good the last 4 weeks down the stretch.
Yeah, down the stretch they were playing real good, and it was to the point. It was like I thought was okay. Next year he was just going to be on a probationary period, but I think after this, Arthur Blank is like, okay, it's a little too late to never, but let me fix the situation. Okay, how many years have we had a losing season? We haven't made the playoffs since the time when we tried, but after the time when y'all lost to the Eagles in the divisional.
Yeah, I mean, not Rasheed Morris. Not only him, they got rid of the general manager as well.
Yeah,
and apparently, which is a good move here, Mr. Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
He's interviewing Matt Ryan to be the OP of player operations and the general manager.
That's a good move right there. Somebody who's been with the franchise.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's a good start for them when you get Matt Ryan in there.
Yeah. It could help. Look what happened with John Lynch when he got out of the booth of Fox. Look how he did the 49ers. Look how they are right now.
Yeah, and a lot of teams are surprised by all the depleted injuries they have that the 49ers are actually in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm shocked because I did not see them in the playoffs this year. I didn't really think the Niners would have a good season. They shocked me pretty much, and I didn't see it happening. Let me see the other coach firing. The other ones we know we weren't shocked, which was Gannon getting fired didn't shock me, which was going to happen. McDaniels getting fired didn't shock me in a way.
Yeah, you saw how Kyle Murray said that Gannon was his boy and his dog and all that.
Oh, God.
It's like, well, don't worry, Murray, you're next.
Yeah, you're next. Whoever comes, you're not going to be there next year.
Yes, wherever Gannon goes, if he's your boy, you go with him.
You go with him, yeah. I know people have gotten interviews. I know Coach Clapp has got an interview with the Titans, and I was like, wow, Jason Garrett's that desperate for a job to go there.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans, they're just like they're on the island of their own. They're like the land of the misfit toys.
Yeah, that's why I said Coach Clapp. I said, okay, you really were that desperate? I know that the hiring tree is like out there. It's a lot right there, but like I said, that was the most shock firing of them all. Was Harbaugh, and I was like, man, somebody playing another prank here. And then I looked like, oh, this ain't no prank, because I remember last year when I thought we all got pranked was after the Royal Rumble was when Luka Doncic got traded to the Lakers, and then Anthony Davis got traded to the Mavs. I was like, all right, come on, man, who's pranking me?
Yeah, I mean, also, Clayton Kingsbury got asked too as the offensive. He might be up for a head coach.
Yeah,
that's what he wants. Or he might go to Kansas City, where he coached Mahomes, to be the new offensive coordinator. He's always could go there.
Yeah, he could go back there. There's a lot where a lot of guys like that have some openings here. Like I said, Harbaugh, his phone's be running off the hook. And whoever he goes to, hey, I know he doesn't want to go to a rebuild, but he'll probably pick where someone who is somewhat of a contender.
Yeah, I don't see Pete Carroll. I don't see anyone hiring Pete Carroll.
If I were Pete Carroll, it'd either go work for the NFL like as an analyst, like a CBS, a Fox, a NBC, Prime, or going to college. You could coach a college football team or something like that, like Bill Belichick's doing. Well, we see how that worked with Bill with UNC.
Yeah, his reputation keeps dropping more and more because UNC looks garbage.
Yeah, that's what I said. He thought it could work there, but no, it didn't. The only thing Bill's got is that young hot girlfriend.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I mean, Pete Carroll could be an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he could be that. Yeah, I just think Pete thought was when he went to the Raiders, he thought him and Geno could get that same magic again they had, but it didn't work. It's just the difference is with Seattle, you had pieces. With the Raiders, you have nothing.
Nah, I mean, he did make out. He signed a 3-year deal. Only worked for 1 year.
Yeah.
Raiders
Hey, yeah, you called him getting fired. You did call him getting fired. I didn't see him getting fired. You the one that said it.
Yeah, I mean, you're Tom Brady. I mean, you're like a little bit of an owner. It's like, why do all these players like the Raiders? What have the Raiders done to make all these players like look into the Raiders that they could change them and make the Raiders good again? The Raiders aren't going to be good. Your teams that are going to suck for a long time,
Yeah.
the Titans,
the
Raiders,
yep.
the Browns.
Yep.
No matter what people do or who you bring in, they're always going to suck.
Yeah.
They're always going to be the bottom feeders of the league. Giants, same thing. No matter what or who you bring in.
Guys, that even if you get Harbaugh in, it just make them somewhat relevant, but you still got to fix what needs to get fixed on that team.
Jets, they're always going to be bottom feeders.
Yep.
The Cardinals are always going to be bottom feeders no matter what. I mean, look at Marvin Harrison Jr. His best days are him at Ohio State.
Yeah, that's about it. Like I said, until he gets a change of scenery, then he'll be better. But like me and you said a while back, we said, was Marvin Harrison a bust? And I said yes and no, because if he stays in Arizona, he's going to be a bust. Until he gets a change of scenery, then I don't think he will be.
No. I mean, Mike Wilson established himself as a better receiver this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, some of these people probably need to change the scenery. I mean, what they got to do is get out of these bottom feeder teams that stink and try to get to the top-notch contender teams that actually are always in a playoff hunt or right there that need a couple extra good players to help them get over that hump.
Yeah.
Like the Bears. They did shit last year. Now look at them.
Yeah,
they turned their whole season around.
Yeah, they did. You got the right coach, and just my thing on the Bears is they just need to work on the defense. That's just about it.
Yeah, I mean the Bears do lead the league in interceptions.
Yeah, they do. But
and turnovers.
Yeah, they do. But it's just the defense needs a lot more work. I think it's a bend don't break defense.
They're like the Bengals defense.
Yeah.
They'll give up like 30 or 40 points a game. But they'll have like 4 or 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
Or turnovers, but they'll still like almost come out as a loss.
Yeah. But right now they got an easy playoff matchup, which they really shouldn't, because we're now going to get to the elephant in the room right now, because, and I have still been a little mad at this with the Eagles, which is, they're not my team, but I said, look, as a football fan, this is why I got mad at the Eagles, because here's the thing. The Detroit Lions literally gave you a gift when they beat the Bears. And that wasn't enough to say, hey, let me get my guys in. You know what? Let me put my starters in. Let's get this 2 seed. We could beat up a banged-up Green Bay team. We would get a second home playoff game against either – I'm going to say the Rams, because I think the Rams are going to beat the Panthers today, against the Rams. And then there is maybe the possibility I could get a third one, or I have to go to Seattle. I just want to know what your thoughts on this was.
Well, my first thought is, everyone's picking the Rams. Don't be surprised if Vegas calls and said, yo, the money's all on the Rams. You know what to do, Carolina.
Yeah.
Because Carolina has beaten the Rams. Like I said, Carolina's tougher at home.
Yeah, they are. They are good at home. Yeah, and Carolina did beat them earlier on in December. But how I looked at Carolina in that last game of the season, I was like, oh, this team is not ready to take on no Rams, no Seahawks, no nothing, because they could have beat Tampa. It was just bad play calling.
Well, bad play calling. The weather was also
yeah.
So I'm picking the Rams too when we get to that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying Carolina is like back to the Eagles and this stupid ass coaching staff. See, here's the thing that pisses me off about this coaching staff. I mean, if it's up to me, I would fire, get rid of Nick Sirianni and bring in John Harbaugh as the new head coach for the Eagles. That's me, though. But I would, this coaching staff, he fought for this idiot, his best friend, Nick Jackass, whatever that was.
KP.
Yeah, that idiot. Don't even say his name because he doesn't earn it.
Yeah.
Made Tanner McKee throw the ball over 40 some times when Tank Bisbee was running the ball up and down the field on this, averaging 5.6 yards a game. And again, this fucking moron gets away from doing something good to have Tanner McKee try to look like, oh, well, you know what? Let's put the spotlight on Tanner. So if somebody wants to give us a second round pick or a first round pick for him, we could trade him.
Yeah.
And you didn't start your starter for at least a half. And this is why I like Sean McVay, because they actually had a poll like this, which is pretty surprising that they had a poll. It was on WIP, or I think either Richie or Seth Joyner brought it up. What coaching staff would you rather have today? Would you rather have Nick Sirianni that has majority like 87 win percentage, or would you have Sean McVay?
I'd take Sean McVay.
And I would take Sean McVay too as well. Half the city said that they would go with, I think it was 60% said they would keep Nick Sirianni. They're a bunch of Kool-Aid drinkers.
Well, those are the Kool-Aid drinkers that said, "Oh, I wanted Tanner McKee in," and then look what you saw.
Yeah, and here's another thing. Barkley could have had the record last year to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record. No, we're going to sit Barkley and let him rest.
Yeah.
Okay, but yet you're going to pay Smitty to go get 70-some yards or 60-some yards so he could have a 1,000-yard season. Does that even make sense?
That does not make sense.
So Smitty could have blew his hamstring out, or, Washington was coming in with a big, bad pissed off that, the Eagles went for 2 their last game. So, but yet you're going to dress me so you get us 1,000 yards. But yet, instead of playing your players for the first half, you're telling me no one told you, like, oh, hey, by the way, the Lions are up 14-0 on the Bears.
Yeah.
To do something. And he's an idiot of a coach.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. Somebody should have told them. Like, I know with when it was with us 2 years ago, when it was us playing the Commanders, y'all were playing the Giants in New York, it was to the point where, okay, hey, when Philadelphia was losing to the Giants, I think somebody told Dak Prescott and him, hey, the Eagles are losing to the Giants, and that motivated them to play good. Like, oh, let's play good. Hey, let's try to get this division here. Let's play lights out here. Somebody could have whispered to them and said, hey, the Lions are beating them. That's when it should have been start playing lights out.
Exactly, but they're stupid ass coaching. That when they do something good, they get away from it. They call idiotic, stupid play calling. Nick Sirianni is a moron with Kevin Patullo. They're both idiots. The only good coach on this coaching staff is Nick Fangio, because Nick knows not to mess with him. Nick will tell him, get the hell out of my face. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. You get the fuck away from me, pal.
Exactly. And don't even get me started on Ringo. That stupid moron. Did you see that play where Johnson's running?
I didn't. I was barely watching that game, Joe, because I was morely watching the Lions and the Bears game that day.
I don't blame you. Mostly, me too. I just had whatchamacallit on, the NFL Sunday Ticket.
Yeah, because I know it was on CBS, and I was just looking, and I was like, well, look, this is not a game that's worth meaning. And I'm going if the Eagles would have had their starters in, then I would have flipped through both. But in this instant, yeah, I'm saying you're putting your backups in. You literally made this a preseason game. And I think to them, they were content at staying at a 3, which I don't understand, because it would have been, like we said last week, you would have played, even Seth Joyner was repeating back what I just said, but not verbatim what I said. He added his little part when saying you would have played a beat-up Green Bay Packers team, which you could have beat.
Not only that, I mean, not only that, this just goes to prove that our backups on depth are garbage.
Yeah.
They were holding so many guys. They were like at a gay bar looking for people's number because they were holding so many guys. I mean, Bennett sucks. Ringo is a joke. He shouldn't be in the NFL. He should be in the XFL. Because the thing is, like I was just telling you before you went a little further in,
yeah.
Ringo had Johnson he was the only one that could stop Johnson. This moron, instead of running to Johnson, 39-year-old quarterback Johnson,
Yeah.
to stop him, you literally see this play, which I could not believe. In my whole time watching football, he actually, instead of running to Johnson that could have stopped him, he's the only guy there that could stop him, and he would have got him. He runs to the back to look for a receiver to give Johnson the whole open field to score a touchdown. So instead of going to the guy with the football to stop him, which is how you play football, the guy with the ball you're supposed to stop and tackle, this fucking idiot runs a circle to look for a receiver that was not open and runs to the receiver and gives 39-year-old Johnson a walk-in touchdown.
Oh, my Lord.
He could have had 6 walking canes and still made it into the end zone. This guy is a joke. I don't know why he's still on the team. I don't know why Sirianni always does these stupid. See, this is why I like Sean McVay.
Yeah.
They were fighting just to move to the 5th seed.
Yeah, because the Rams knew they didn't want to be a 6 because then they would have had to go to Philadelphia. Because, hey, they had to keep their seeding alive because Seattle literally just gave them a gift and saying, okay, well, we know we're not going to be a 6. There's a possibility we can get a 5 here.
Exactly. The 2 weakest teams in these playoffs are the Packers and the Panthers.
Yeah.
So instead of McVay being like all these other coaches and pussies that say, oh, I don't want my players to get hurt. I'm going to sit them so we can rest them. It's like, well, the offense hasn't done shit all damn year, so they've been resting the whole year.
No, and the offense has not done anything. It's been like that since that 2-game losing streak. It has been like that since when y'all lost to the Bears and the Chargers.
Exactly.
I mean, let's go back. It's been like that since, let's go. It's been like that since the Cowboys lost. Let's go further back. We want to go further back when the losing streak began.
Exactly. Your last game that the starters played against Buffalo, you look like trash because you couldn't even get a first down in the second half, and you went 0 for 7 in passing attempts, and you left your defense out to dry so many times that
your defense was lucky not to get gassed.
Exactly. You needed this game to warm your offense up, but no, Nick's a pussy.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm saying he is a pussy. From what I'm seeing, because literally I got mad. Like I said, when they beat Buffalo, I was like saying, yo, this Eagles offense ain't ready for the playoffs. They got to have those guys out there. They got to get them playoff ready. They're not playoff ready. This team is not playoff ready. And like I said, this ain't like with 18 with the Cowboys. I'll say this. Yeah, Dallas did beat Tampa and win the division. But the fact what I saw out of them in 18 was, I said, this offense ain't ready. The defense is ready. The offense ain't ready. This offense is going to get probably beat by Seattle. But at least, okay, I'll say this on Jerry and Coach Clapp had all those guys out there throughout the whole thing. Just the only thing they didn't do is, they did beat the Smurfs barely, which was, okay, I didn't care. Like, hey, look, at least I know that offense is ready for the playoffs. At least I know is that they went for a risk of, hey, I don't need my guys going to an overtime. I don't need them getting more winded. I'm going to go for 2. Got the 2-point conversion to Michael Gallup, and then they won that game. But that's what they should have did was – have all those guys out there. Get them playoff ready.
Yeah, but our coach doesn't think that. I mean, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, I'm going to start Smitty because I'm watching. I'm like, wait a minute, why the hell is Devontae Smith out there? Every other starter is not out there, but you got Smitty out there. Oh, I wanted him to get his 1,000 yards. So I'm like, okay, so you want him to get his 1,000, but for Saquon Barkley to break the record last year, you sat him down.
Yeah.
Ignorant prick. I said, he's a prick. He looks stupid, like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
People call him out. He doesn't have, oh, well, I got to be a better coach. I got to do. You've been saying it all damn year. You suck.
Yeah, you have been sucking this year, Nick. Yeah, you have.
The only reason you have a good winning record is because the coaches around you that do good, except for your offensive buddy over there.
Yeah, the one who's saving his ass is Vic Fangio.
Exactly, and the talent that you have that is helping you on defense and on offense. You're making these talented all-star playmakers look like they never played football before because you're stupid and you don't know shit.
No.
You're just a motivation speaker that thinks that you know everything, and you don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to say like Coach Clapp, like Jason Garrett. There's a little difference there.
I've never been a Nick Sirianni fan. I think he's a phony fraud. I think he's garbage as a coach. He can never change anything. And now people are saying, well, Nick needs to put his hand in the offense. It's like, no, he doesn't.
No, because we saw how he was as a play caller. It wasn't good.
Exactly.
We saw how that was.
Yeah, Kevin Paterno, his little buddy, he wants to be an offensive coordinator. Good. Go to the fucking Titans. Go to the Giants. Go to the Cardinals. Go to all these Jets. Go to these sucky-ass teams that are always at the bottom. And play your little Madden calls on there and your little Techno Bowl calls that you can do on there. And do it with that. We're a Super Bowl contend team every year. We're the top notch that people hate us because we have all the talent that we get and people can't stand that.
Yeah.
That you get a top offense, you get good offensive coordinators and good coaches to come in. You don't get these prima donna wannabe first year wonders. We're not like that.
No.
But this guy fought and cried and probably had blackmail photos of Howie and Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And said, you know, I will put these out on the internet if you guys, I don't know, maybe they were fucking goats or dogs. That is, Kevin is my guy. I won it, so they give him a chance.
Yeah.
And now our offense looks like shit, and this guy doesn't know what to do. And it's pathetic. The offense, you know, McVay and all of them said, you know, I love that. And those coaches that say, you know what, fuck it. My guys ain't resting.
No.
I got 39-year-old Stafford. He's out there trying to fight to move up to a 1 seed.
Yeah.
Because he was smart. Because he's like,
yeah,
all right.
Big Vega's smart. Because like I said, even though, they're a 5, but it's not your typical, your wild card teams are not that bad here in the NFC. Well, except for the Packers. You have 2 that really could do some damage.
Exactly. So instead of everything coming to Philly, if Seattle got knocked out, like last year, everything's got to go through Seattle because our coach is a fucking idiot and a dumb shit. And as much as everyone's picking the Eagles, and I'm a huge Eagles fan, I'm still going with the Eagles because of the defense.
Yeah.
But with this offense, and you know, I don't think the Giants, the Niners got the players because they are dealing with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
So I think the Eagles are going to win. But come next round, I'm hoping Chicago wins because
at least you have an easier matchup. Because like I said from the beginning, I'm not a big believer in the Bears. I'll give them this win today, but after, I don't think they're making it past the second round.
Nah, this is what needs to happen for the Eagles to get a good shot. The Rams need to win.
Yeah.
The Bears need to win.
Yeah.
And the Eagles need to win.
Yeah.
Because then the Eagles go to Chicago, and if they can take care of business in Chicago and advance to the NFC Championship, then you got the 2 heavy hitter teams that everyone kept talking about, Seattle and the Rams, going to battle it out to knock each other out.
Yeah.
And then the winner moves on to there. So if the Rams beat Seattle, guess what?
You got a home game in Philly.
Yeah. But it shouldn't have been that way. It should be, you got the number 2 seed. The Bears would have had to come to here after you beat the Niners. The Bears would have to come here and play here.
Yeah.
Which you would have a better chance, even though the Bears kicked their ass the first time.
Yeah.
Be prepared and know what to do with this revenge game here. And now, because our coach is a fucking idiot and a moron, that now they got to go to Chicago, and Chicago wins tonight against Green Bay, and the Eagles win against
the Niners. Yeah, you'll be going to Chicago.
Niners. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And the hope to God is, let's say, I'm saying, if the Eagles could beat Chicago, then you better hope to God you don't have to go to Seattle.
exactly.
That's because we all know at times how Seattle at home in the playoffs is. And I'm like I said to people is Sam Darnold has starting to make me look like a believer a little bit right now. Now, pending because they got that bye, pending who they get, it's either going to be the Rams, could be the 49ers or whomever. We don't know yet.
Well, that's why I broke it down how it has to play out. The Eagles got to beat the Niners.
Yeah.
The Rams got to beat the Panthers, and then the two heavy hitter and the Bears got to beat Green Bay.
Yeah, because that's the thing in a nutshell here. Because Philly's road to the Super Bowl is very, very tough, which it shouldn't have been.
Which even though, everyone's saying how Green Bay, is one of the weak teams, they have had the Bears number.
Yeah, they have. They have had the Bears number. But yeah, they've had the Bears number at time. But the problem is no Micah Parsons because him being injured, how are you going to stop that run game with Monangai and DeAndre Swift? They do get a plus here. GJ is out for this game. So, yeah, that helps them a little bit here. And I said, if I am the Bears, hey, target Trayvon Diggs. Because if they got him starting, if I were him, I wouldn't be shocked if DJ Moore or Rome Odunze or even Luther Barden have a field day.
You would think. I don't think Odunze will, just because this will be his first game.
Yeah, I know Odunze is just coming back, but I think more likely I think Diggs is going to play. Yeah, if they're going to target, I said if I'm the Bears, I'd target Trayvon Diggs because we've seen how he's been. I wouldn't be shocked if they have to start him. I would say, hey, if the Bears are going to take a win, target him because I know, hey, DJ Moore would have a field day on him, and even Luther Barden would have one.
Yeah, I think the Bears are going to use that run attack.
Yeah, I think that's what they're more likely going to use is Monangai and DeAndre Swift. But wait and see what happens today.
You know the Packers against the Bears at Soldier Field are 16-4.
I did not know that.
Yeah, in their last 20-some meetings in Soldier Field, the Packers are 16-4 straight up against the Bears.
Wow.
Yeah, because I go to odd shots when I do my bets, and they give you more in-depth details.
Yeah.
And they were saying that even though the numbers flipped, the Bears are the underdogs now. It's not the Packers.
Yeah, because I'm looking on FanDuel, the Bears are the underdog.
Yeah, the Bears are Green Bay, I think, is minus 1.5 unless it went to 2.
Yeah.
But the past 20 games, straight up and against the spread. Against the spread, the Packers are, I think they said they're 17-3.
Yeah.
Against the spread against the Bears playing at in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, 16-4 straight up while they visit the Bears. So the Packers do got the Bears number here.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, just right now, Packers are a little decimated right now, unfortunately.
They are. Yeah, they don't have the two best defensive players and Parsons and I think Gary. I
think that's one. Yeah, I think then you also don't have their star tight end Luke Tucker Kraft is out for the season.
Yeah, and Jordan Love's coming back from
concussion. Yeah.
Josh Jacobs is dealing with a knee issue.
Yeah.
And apparently it's supposed to snow tonight's game.
Yeah, well, that's never an issue with both of them because both of them are both cold weather teams, so that's not an issue.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Your over under wise, it's going to be a little bit lower because of weather.
Exactly.
That's about it. But this should be very interesting tonight. So let's start with our games. We have our first one, the Rams and the Panthers.
Rams and Panthers. I'm going to go with the Rams here in a revenge situation. They are a favorite that everyone's picking right now.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, the Rams have not looked good the past couple of weeks.
No, they have not. No, they have not.
I mean,
and I know last week they had their guys, but one game does not say you're back.
No, and Carolina did pull the upset once already against them in November and December. I can't remember which that game was in, but their defensive backfield is depleted. Carolina kid jump on them with that passing attack.
Yeah.
But it's a question mark with Young. I mean, which Young you going to get? The guy who throws for like 50 yards against Tampa Bay, or the guy who throws for 460 yards against
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bryce Young, like I said, we've said throughout this whole season, bipolar ass Panthers, because you don't know what Panthers team you are getting week after week. And it's very, very, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde with them. You don't know one thing. It's okay. First thing is you had something going with Rico Dowdle as a starter. It's working. Then you decide, oh, let's go back to Chuba. That's not working. Then you decide then you go back to Rico and Chuba. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, I mean your best the rookie McCormick, the rookie from Carolina that they drafted.
Yeah, T-Mac, to Torrey McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan. I mean, you could take that secondary out.
Yeah, McMillan's having a good year. It's just you just don't know what you're getting out of Bryce Young at times. Okay, Bryce Young, what am I getting at times with him? Do I get a quarterback that's looking like Cam Newton at times and Jake Delhomme, or am I getting a sucky quarterback? It's very confusing. You don't know what it is. And like I said, I want to give them hope for next year. Let's see how they do. And if I can see, okay, even if they don't win and they try to make it close, then I can say, all right, you know what? Next year, there's the possibility they could try to compete with Tampa Bay, maybe Atlanta, pending who Atlanta gets as a coach, maybe the Saints, seeing how Tyler Show does in a full season. But there's going to be a lot of question marks here.
That's just funny. I mean, how do you have to look at it that two teams in your division have to rely on two other teams in your division and to be those teams' fans for the one team that wins in the division to go on, the other one lost, the other team that they go on. And my thing is this. They definitely need to be with the number 4 seed because it's ridiculous how you have a team that has close to 10 losses, have a home game, even though they're a division winner, have a home game, which is dog shit. Where you have 2 other teams that have 5 losses each, and they got to be on the road because of the stupid rule.
I hate it too. The Rams should be the 4 and the Panthers should be the 5, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
I don't like this either. I hate it too because they did this last time in 2011 or 2010. Remember that time when Seattle sucked and the Saints had to go to Seattle and then they lost to them in the playoffs?
Yeah.
That was one. And then another time was when I think
when the Eagles had the 4 seed, I think who was it? They had the 4 seed because they had like eight losses that year.
Yeah.
I think it was 8 or 9 losses.
Yeah.
They had a shitty win-loss record.
Yeah.
And they were the 4 seed. Of course, they lost at home. But
Tampa. I think it was the Tampa Bay at that time.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, granted, I understand the Lions brought this up, and of course they got denied by, which is stupid, by owners. But then again, like how Jerry Jones is, when they asked about realignment, and Jerry said, "Oh no, Dallas ain't leaving the NFC East." Even though you're nowhere close now.
No, we're nowhere closer. That's the time where I would say if we ever did a realignment, I would put Dallas in the South. I would if I would move someone out the East who I would get rid of, I would put Carolina in the NFC East, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would put Carolina in the South.
You said you wanted to keep Carolina in the South. Okay, yeah. Because I remember this a while back. God rest his soul, Simon said, if there ever was a time you ever wanted to realign the divisions, he wanted was the Dallas Cowboys to go to the South, and then you put the Carolina Panthers in the NFC East.
Yes, that would be good too. Or the Panthers could go to the South.
Yeah.
Like this is how. What would be good rivalries here? How would this be for the NFC or AFC South, depending on how you do it?
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, Houston.
So that would be a damn good rivalry every year. Battle for Texas.
Phoenix, and either New Orleans or Atlanta, whichever one's closer.
Yeah, I would say New Orleans is more south. Atlanta, I know, is south too, but I think because I'm coming from my view, if I'm driving wise, because I know if I ever head to Florida, because when I used to drive to Florida, that long ass drive, ooh, I know you had to cross over from Maryland, D.C., Virginia. I think one of the Carolinas. I can't remember if it's north or south. I know you had to cross Atlanta.
Right.
So it would be Atlanta you would have to cross first.
Okay.
I'm just remembering that drive. That's why I'm saying I'm just going from that drive how I used to do when I used to drive to Florida. And trust me, I don't ever want to do it again.
Exactly. So that would do good, and then you could put Kansas City in there.
Yeah.
Because Kansas City's not that far from Texas.
No, it's not. No, KC is not that far from Texas.
You could have KC, Houston, Dallas, and Phoenix in one division.
Yeah.
And then in the other division, you could have Tampa Bay, Miami, Jacksonville, and either the Saints or the Falcons in that division.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Yeah, because that wouldn't be bad if we ever did realign the division. Like I said, hockey realigned the division. Look what happened. We got Detroit in the Eastern Conference now.
Exactly. Everybody wants to do realignment. Everyone says it would be good that the NFL needs realignment.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a change in realignment. We get new rivalries. Hey, look, it took that long for the NHL to realign the whole division. I think they had to add Detroit into ours. And even though we no longer get Detroit, Colorado like we used to, but hey, we've had Detroit, Philadelphia for a good rivalry.
Exactly.
Yeah, speaking of which, the Flyers are doing very, very good. Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, they could have won their last game.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, but I was glad that they beat but I'm glad that they did beat the Ducks. That former player we used to have.
Gutierrez.
Yeah.
That idiot, but he's pretty good. He's one of the top scorers in the league.
Yeah.
It sucks that he didn't want to play for us.
Yeah. But
I mean, can you imagine him and Vigras on the same line?
Oh, that would have been good. At least I know when I saw the record, I said, hey, at least Philadelphia is not going to be. If they can keep this up for all the way until the Cup, thank God we won't have to be in a wild card as usual. Hey, at least we would be at 3 or 2 if we had to play the Isles.
Yeah. The Sixers are doing better than last year.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, Sixers right now are 5 right now. They could be playing Toronto probably in the playoffs.
Yeah, don't get me started, even though they lost to like the Pee Wee Scrubs of the Denver Nuggets. But, game they should have won because Denver didn't have any star power and they lost.
No. Because I would have understood if they would have lost if Joker was in there, but if there was no Joker and Murray, then that does not make no sense.
No, the Nuggets didn't have no Joker, no Murray, no Hardaway Jr. No, all their top 7 players were out that game.
Oh man.
And they still lost.
Oh. Yeah. All right.
But I know Devontae Adams is best. Sorry that we got sidetracked.
That's all right. Yeah.
Devontae Adams is playing today too.
Yeah.
The offense looks good, but like I said, Carolina plays good. I am picking the Rams due to they got more playoff experience than Carolina.
Yeah, and they got more firepower here.
And it's a revenge. It's a revenge situation, so I'm picking the Rams here, unless Vegas calls and says, "No."
Carolina's taking it. Yeah, like I said, usually these little revenge games, that little stat, 9 times out of 10, the loser has beaten the winner when the winner has beaten them. So I'm going based off of that too. That stat that holds true, 9 out of 10. So
speaking of stats, you want to know what else?
What's that?
Carolina against the Rams in the last, I think it was the last 13 games.
Yeah.
They are like, it was some strange record. They were like 8-3, or no, wait. I think they were like 9-4. Against the Rams when the Rams had to play them in Carolina.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's not a bad stat. I know the last time the Rams and the Carolina Panthers played in the playoffs, I remember, was the 03 divisional, which that went to a double overtime where Carolina unfortunately did beat y'all in the championship with Jake Delhomme.
Yeah, that was Yeah, don't remind me of that.
Nah, that's why I left it at that. That's why I didn't want to bring up an old wound. That's why.
Oh, I understand. I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
Trust me, I can't stand the Panthers either because they are the ones that put us in the playoff hell of '96 when that God rest his soul, Kevin Green. I will always hate the day when Kevin Green went to the Panthers.
why?
Because that was the guy that literally knocked us out, and that's why we are in the divisional hell we're in right now is because of the Panthers. You know, like, hell, how to exercise a demon, like when the Phillies finally exercised a demon by beating the St. Louis Cardinals, and then they went back to the World Series. Even though we did lose in it, but at least the demon got exercised.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here's the thing I said. Carolina is 10-4 against the spread in the last 14 games at home.
Okay.
Carolina is 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 games when playing at home against the Rams.
Okay, that's not a bad one because they are the underdog in this one here today.
Yes, I know they are.
Yeah, they are the underdogs. They are 10.5 underdog in this one. So I'm still taking the Rams to win straight up to win. I think with Nakua, Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum, and I can see Verse getting to Bryce Young. So I'm going to take the Rams here. Now they have the Rams as 10.5 favorites. Taking those points.
I'm taking the points for Carolina.
I am too, because that's a way high spread. I can't trust the Rams with that because it's a bend don't break defense. I could see the the Panthers covering that. So I'm going to also take the Panthers.
Here's another stat that is pretty shocking. The Rams are 3-7 straight up in the last 10 games against Carolina.
Whoa.
So, I don't know. Vegas might be calling.
Seeming Vegas might be calling in this one right here. It's seeming to right now because all this is going against the Rams right here.
Yeah, and it also gives you the total has gone over in the last 5 games.
So I can see this going over. Yeah, because this is going to be a fight. Like, Carolina's not going to just lay down today. No. Carolina's going to put up a fight.
And here's another weird thing. The Rams are 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games when playing on the road against Carolina.
Oh, man.
So, these are some interesting good facts.
These are good tidbits here because I'm learning a lot new here.
Yeah, I go to Odd Sharks.
Okay.
They give you in-depth looks. It helps bettors and people to pick breaks it down.
Okay.
About the teams and stuff. Like this one, Carolina's 10-4 against the spread in the last 14 games at home.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to look on that right now. Odd Sharks.
Yeah,
I see it.
Good. It gives you good in depth. I can tell you
that ain't bad. I see it right there. I see it.
Yeah, since the total has gone under in 5 of Carolina's last 6 games.
Wow.
Yeah. And in the last 6 games straight up, Carolina's 2-4.
Yeah, that's not bad stats here. But I'm still going with the Rams straight up. Panthers cover. Panthers will cover the 10.5. Over or under 45 points?
I'm going to go over.
Yeah, I'm going to take an over in this as well, too. Next game we got for tonight on Prime, the Packers and the Bears.
The Packers and the Bears. I'm going to go with Chicago here.
Okay.
Green Bay is too injured right now. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
And they're in Chicago. Weather's going to be bad. Jordan Love is just coming back from the
concussion.
And, Josh Jacobs dealing with a knee issue. The defense is missing their players in Parson and Gary. And they're going to Ben Johnson's going to use Swift and McGahee.
One guy.
Yeah, that guy. And
hey, at least you don't got to say Mr. E because he's not in, so that saved you there.
Yes, that is true. But I'm going to go with Green Bay. I'm going to go with Chicago at home here.
Okay.
In the last 3 meetings, Chicago's 2-1 against Green Bay.
Yeah.
And it's going to be And it might snow, but like you said, it's cold weather teams.
Yeah, they both handle snow pretty good. They both know what to deal with.
Yeah, and straight up in the last 5 games, Green Bay 1-4.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Chicago here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bears here as well, too. They get this win here. Green Bay is decimated and very, very beat up right now. You have Jordan Love coming back from a concussion. The pass rush is not there. You've lost your key pass rush in Micah Parsons. That secondary is not going to be good if they have Trayvon Diggs starting. I would not be shocked if DJ Moore or Luther Burden have a good game against him. So I am going to take the Bears here with this. They have the Bears as 1.5 underdogs. You taking the points?
Yeah, Green Bay, Chicago will cover.
Yeah, I got Chicago covering. Over or under 45?
I'm going to say over 45.
I'm going to take an over in that as well, too. Next one we have is for Sunday's games, the Bills and the Jags.
Bills and Jags. Well, this one's going to be interesting.
No.
But you know what? I'm going to go with Jacksonville here.
Okay, explain why.
Well, their defense was playing outstanding. That front seven hasn't allowed a 60-yard rusher all season long. Trevor Lawrence is playing like a man possessed right now.
Yeah.
He's been doing good. Like I got Travis Etienne doing good.
Yep.
The offense is kicking in. And they also have a great defense.
Yeah.
Special teams. Their kicker just kicked a damn, what was it?
Almost a 70-yarder.
Yeah, and that was just in the last game.
Yeah, and that was a game that really, they knew they were winning their division. They knew, hey, they probably said to Cam Little, the moment Cam Little hit that, he was like, nope, everybody back away from me, man. I don't need no, he was like.
Yeah, Cam Little looked like he wanted to be on the Madden cover next year.
That's what it looking like he was. He trying to fight for the Madden cover.
Yeah.
Too bad they don't have that competition like they used to have for kids, the punt, pass, and kick competition.
Exactly. And Buffalo hasn't been that good this year.
No.
I mean, Josh Allen's dealing with an ankle issue.
Yeah.
They don't have the firepower on offense.
No, they don't.
Right now. So, and they got to go travel and play in Jacksonville. So,
no.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars here at home.
Oh yeah, I am too. And for all the Bills fans out there, I'm sorry, even though I did have the Bills as one of my Super Bowl picks. Unfortunately, this pick is getting eliminated right here because Josh Allen's been dealing with an ankle injury. He's not been the same. The offense has not looked good ever since when they beat New England. It's starting to go a little bit down when they barely beat Cleveland. Then they lost to your Eagles, and then they didn't even have Josh out there for against the Jets game. This Bills team does not look the same. And I know here's going to come this question mark. If the Bills get one and done, does McDermott go? Because we can't keep addressing this. How long has this been going on with the Bills? How many years we keep saying it's Super Bowl or bust with them? And this year you have no Mahomes, so there's no excuse this time. So what is the excuse going to be this year?
Well, not only that, you have no Mahomes, you have no Joe Burrow, and you have no Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What is the excuse going to be this year?
They suck.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like because it's going to come down to it because it used to be with how many times remember Peyton Manning couldn't beat Tom Brady all the time, and then it goes like, okay, what is the issue here? What's the issue? Until we found out it was a coaching issue.
This is like how your side chick, wants the public to know about her. And you're like, yo, you're the side chick. Shut your mouth. You're hiding.
Yeah.
We don't take you out in public. And then she just starts coming out saying, hey, look at me, and all that. It's like, seriously?
Yeah.
It's like you're supposed to be quiet. Like, people talk about you, but they don't really want to, have you out there.
Yeah.
And so it's like the Bills, they've always been overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, they never had the tools and stuff. I mean, they just do it and talk high because of Josh Allen alone. That's it.
That's about it. Yeah. And I know it's just Josh Allen, but I know it's going to come to the point of what is the damn issue. That's the whole thing. We've been dealing with this since 2020 we've been dealing with this. Okay. The year you made was that the first year they made.
The issue is they don't have the firepower. They don't give Josh Allen enough weapons to do it. They give him these mediocre guys that think they can be
number one,
top-notch studs. Yeah, and it can't be good. The only good weapon that Josh Allen has is Cook.
Yeah, that's about it.
And you take him out, then you got mediocre receivers. I mean, Shakur's done okay.
Yeah, Khalil Shakir is okay. And like I said, he's an okay receiver. He's not like, okay, I think he's in the top 5 or top 10. He's okay. Same thing. It's like guys I've never even heard of on the Bills.
Exactly.
I said the only thing they had is Dalton Kincaid, but if Kincaid could ever stay healthy, it doesn't help.
Yeah, he is playing tomorrow.
Yeah, he is playing tomorrow, but it's still not enough. That's why I said if Josh Allen didn't have that ankle injury, then I could say, you know what, I think the Bills could pull this off. But to me, I think Josh Allen's going to get one and done. And this was, believe it or not, the team that won and done him a while back. History's going to repeat itself.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But, that's just the prime. Their defense ain't what it used to be either.
No.
Their defense is garbage this year.
Yeah, because this was the team that literally won and done the Bills the first time.
Exactly.
And that was with Blake Bortles, and that was when Jags had a very good defense with Jalen Ramsey when he was still good in his prime.
Exactly.
But I see it. Yeah. I see history.
Now that Allen is playing hurt, it's going to be more difficult on him with that ankle.
Yeah, and I see history repeating itself here, and I see the Jags winning this one. They're going to be going to Denver or they may have to go to New England. I don't know yet. We'll wait and see when we cross the Patriots and the Chargers game. But, hey, I'll say right now for AEW fans, if they get into the divisional, Collision ain't going to be on for a while. It might get moved to Thursdays these next 2 weeks.
It'll get moved because NFL plays on I think the Jags will play on a Sunday.
Jags would probably play a Saturday or Sunday, but if it's to that point, I could see Tony Khan either having to move a Collision to a Thursday or a Wednesday. I don't know about this one here, this Maximum Carnage one. I don't know if it's both or not. I think Tony Khan knew something about this. He had a feeling that, hey, I know my team's going to be this good. Hey, we didn't see it. I didn't. Hey, I thought the Jags were going to suck this year.
Oh, no, he wouldn't have to move it because it doesn't affect the station they're on.
Oh, yeah, I know that, but I think it's more likely. I don't know what he would do, but I think it would affect him rating-wise.
Oh, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting money either way.
Oh, yeah, he's getting money. He's getting loaded big time anyway off of both because, yeah.
Until Netflix takes over Warner Brothers, and then he has to look for a new plan unless Netflix agrees with him so that he can do AEW on Netflix.
Yeah, I think Netflix would probably take Tony Khan. Just right now, WWE's doing. I think they would take him.
You would think. I mean,
we would think that. Yeah, I'm just saying. Right now, yeah, AEW's doing good right now. Even though, yeah, we're in 2 shows and we're into our first show of the new year, which was.
I mean, that's where all their as of right now. It's stupid how they have it, but right now, for all the stuff what we grew up on,
yeah,
the wrestling and stuff, everything's on Netflix right now for
pay-per-view wise.
I mean, they don't have WCW on there or ECW.
No, because Peacock literally is a shell of itself now, and everybody's saying, am I going to get rid of Peacock? I said, unfortunately, no, because if the NFL is going to stream games on there and the NBA is streaming games on it, there's like a Sixers game or whoever's playing on there, unfortunately, I would still have to keep Peacock for the moment.
I got Peacock. I got that deal with Apple TV. Get Apple Peacock for like
$20. Oh, that's not a bad deal. Yeah, like I said, I had Peacock was for WWE, and when I was working from home and I was watching a lot of movies. But now that WWE is off it, I'm still going to have to keep it because of the NFL portion, which is, Saturdays when the NFL doesn't stream a game on local TV, you're going to have to get Peacock.
That is true.
That's the same. Like I said, I don't have Apple TV for baseball because I watch baseball, but I don't watch baseball intently like that. That's the thing.
Oh no, they're not on Apple no more this year.
Oh, thank God.
They're on Peacock.
All right, well, I have Peacock. That's not an issue. I don't mind doing that.
Because Peacock just released their Sunday games.
All right, because I know Friday Night Baseball, they had it on Apple at times.
Yeah, I don't think unless it's next year. But I don't think,
all right, I'm hoping not, because I remember there was one Phillies game I couldn't watch, and that was on Apple. I remember that because I know back then there was a bypass to it, and then Apple caught on to that bypass.
Yes.
Because I think it was one of my friends told me, he was like, "You have a Roku TV?" I said, "Yeah, well, do it through there because I think how you did it through your PlayStation." I was like, "Okay." Then I did it through my Roku TV, and I was able to watch it free of charge. Like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Then
yeah, I would get Apple through a buddy of mine. He would he had a Apple TV, him and his mom.
Okay.
Because I'm close with them, I would always, for the Phillies.
Yeah, that's the thing I would use it for, just for the Phillies. I just hated Friday nights when it was that. But if I was working doing Lyft and Uber, it was a different story. I didn't care. I could listen on the radio, but it was just more of a pain in the ass when I went to a bar. Like, okay, the bar I frequent didn't have Apple TV. They couldn't put the game on. And I was like, ugh, this ain't good. So that's when I had to listen on my radio. But I just didn't like that. But I know MLB is going to Sunday for NBC. I know they got that big deal because I know ESPN is no longer doing Sunday Night Baseball.
That is correct. Yeah. Which is surprising since they just had their unlimited app. It was hockey. It was everything on there.
Oh, yeah, because I know fans are getting mad with them, and I know they're going to be facing – there's a possibility we might be getting some refunds here from ESPN.
We should.
Because of this whole WWE thing, because they might be going to court because of the mishandling of this.
Yeah, they should. It's a joke that, Peacock, we paid Peacock like $10.
$10 a month, yeah.
But you still got the PLEs without paying extra.
Yeah.
You go to ESPN, and now you got to pay an extra $40-some, and then they say, oh, well, for a bundle, you'll get Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yeah.
With the ESPN Unlimited, and they want like $65 now.
Yeah, because that's where they might be going to court about. That's what they might be. That's why I said if the courts decide that they did unfair practice, that's what there's going to be a lot of refunds for a lot of people who have those subscriptions.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I'm one of them too because I got mine through Hulu. Yeah, I'm one of them too.
Because right now, YouTube doesn't get ESPN Unlimited until the end of the year, which sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pay for it until I can get it for free through YouTube when they kick in like that, which is stupid.
Yeah, that's
a deal when they re-sign, so I don't have to pay like nearly $60-some for 3 channels, and ESPN did lose the UFC because they're on Paramount.
No, yeah, because I got Paramount Plus, so yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
that you have the entire library of the UFC where you can watch it, you can watch their fights on there.
Yeah, because I know ESPN lost them. I said this whole WWE deal really. ESPN should have looked what they were getting into before they decided to do this.
As much as I love WWE,
same here.
And I like wrestling, it's a joke how they're making all of us flip through all these streamings, all these channels to find their programming. You got to go SmackDown for USA. You got to go to Netflix
for Raw.
Raw. You got to go to Peacock for Saturday night's meeting
and NXT events.
I don't think they do that anymore. Do they?
No, they still do NXT. I know that was on Peacock. The last one was on there. I don't know if NXT has got moved to ESPN or not.
See, with the NXT, you don't know what's going. Then you got to go to CW for NXT.
Yeah.
And then you got to go to ESPN for their PLEs.
Yeah. That's why I said it is a joke. That's why I said at least with AEW, it's at least TBS and TNT. Okay, it's TBS for Dynamite, TNT for Collision Saturday, or at times if it's a double, Collision's on TBS. Okay, at least both of those are the same networks. Because that's owned by Turner Broadcasting.
Thank you for bringing it up. That's another thing. AEW is a damn joke, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, WWE, when you pay for Peacock, you got the PLE without paying extra.
Yeah.
AEW, you go to the damn HBO Max to watch their PLE.
You got to pay.
You got to pay $50 or $60 or $40.
Yeah, that does not make any sense.
It's like, come on, man. I mean,
we're already paying out the rear here. We're already paying out the ass here. Why we got to pay more? Okay, you should just do is, hey, like what Peacock used to do. You get the pay-per-view because you're paying this a month. Because I know with AEW, they're using like every streaming service, which is for their pay-per-view. Besides HBO Max, they're still using YouTube. They're still using Prime Video.
They should have done this. Kept the WWE Network and had wrestling promotion, everything for WWE on there, which fans would have loved.
Yeah, they should have just kept the network. That's what they should have just did.
Where the most you can charge us is like $10 to $15 a month, and you get everything on there.
Yeah.
You get their whole history. You don't get these all corporate, oh, well, this is too racist, so we got to blur out Roddy Piper being half white, half black.
Oh, yeah.
Or,
and it was bad enough they had to take out remember the DX skit when they impersonated the Nation?
Yeah, or when Mickey Grace, when she had Trish going to WrestleMania and she goes up her pussy all the way up to her mouth.
Yeah.
Doing that, and they have to blur that out. When everyone's like, well, they blur that out, it's like, stop being a bunch of corporate pussies.
Please,
just show the shit. Everyone sees what happens. Okay, guess what? Times change. So what?
Yeah.
So you guys want to erase the history? I mean, come on. It's a freaking joke that all these corporate stooge dickheads that always want to blur shit. It's all about money now.
Yeah.
Even WWE is all about money. They raise their prices up for people to go to Raw and stuff. At least Vince kept it family friendly.
Yeah, Vince did. Now, like I said, all for Vince McMahon's faults. Yeah, he did at least keep he did keep it family friendly. He did keep the price to events to the point where it was affordable for families.
I mean, here's the thing. Keep the network. You keep your stuff on there. You're still making money. Fans that love wrestling will still come to it. You can get TNA now involved since you're working with them. You can get their library with you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, TNA fans will want to drive the network to get to see that. And you get the PLEs up today.
Yeah.
And AEW could probably do something that WWE would be making money and be like, hey, we're both making money here. You can come on our network. People can see you and watch your program and stuff on there. Everyone, it'll be the wrestling app.
Yeah.
And you have everything of the wrestling: NWA, WCW, ECW, WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan Wrestling. They all come together as one, where fans know where to look, know what to find, and know to have their whole history right there. To watch, and if they want to watch one of these other ones, they're right there. We're like, hey, let me check out this TNA. Look at AJ Styles in an X Division match from like 1999. Let me check this out.
Yeah.
But no, it's all about money.
It's about money. That's what it is. Yeah.
It's like how they're doing, like how sports do with corporate. They want those suits there instead of the real passionate fans.
Yeah.
Damn week and stuff. It's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's pathetic how they treat me and you that have been loyal since we were kids.
Yeah.
Follow this shit. It never left them when people left when it started to get boring, but we still stayed to watch their
we're still there. Yeah, when it got bad, okay, we still were there. It's not like, okay, you got to frustrate me to the point, then I'll stop watching.
Exactly. I mean, look at Brocker. Brocker loved wrestling. Now he doesn't even watch it.
No.
I mean, he was like one of us. He was one of us. Like, he would watch when we were all kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And he would always not miss an episode. He would have wrestling parties. We would all get together.
Yeah.
But, and it would be good hanging out with the guys and watching it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even watch it no more. He's just like
fuck it.
About wrestling. He's like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
And he used to be watching. He watched it when he was like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And you can't really talk wrestling with him anymore because he doesn't watch it.
No.
So I mean, the ones that are loyal are me, you,
Rick. Yep.
A couple other people.
Yeah.
That, I don't know if Chester still is into it or not.
I don't know since I've last seen Chester. I don't know, to be honest with you. I know Weiss is still into it. Because he still does the league.
Right.
I don't know about Chester. I've never asked him in a while, so I don't know, to be honest with you.
Man, I think the last time I saw Chester, butter was being stirred like the Dutch ovens. Like, back in how they had to stir the butter like that. It's been so long since I saw Chester.
Yeah, that's the last time I remember.
Technically, it's been a long time since I've seen a lot of people.
No. Well, I'll be seeing you the 31st, because that's the day to Rumble in the movie thing, because I didn't even realize the 31st was also a Royal Rumble.
I didn't know that either.
I just knew we were doing the movie podcast, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's also the Royal Rumble, too. So I don't know how we're going to do this at the 31st. It's either going to be the movie first or the Rumble, pending because they're in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what time they're going to start the Royal Rumble.
I don't know. I know it's me, you, Brock, or Rick.
Yeah.
Probably at his house. If it starts at, I think they're going to do it in the morning. I mean, I know I'm getting off work at 6:30,
Yeah.
so I'm going to sleep for like 2 hours. Then get ready. I don't know if me, you, and Dave are meeting up for breakfast again.
Yeah, I know I got to get you. I'll come and get you because I know Dave said he wanted me to come get you, which I don't have a problem doing because I know I'll do Lyft and Uber till 12. I'll get up around 8 o'clock. So if we do breakfast, I don't have an issue with that. It's not like I got to go to the bank or anything this time because, last time I got late because I got into a conversation with someone at the bank I used to work with, and it was about the whole podcasting. That's what happened there.
Yeah, we know. Me and Dave were waiting for you that day.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get planted because step into a long conversation. That was the whole issue.
Right, yeah, I'll give you gas money for.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how it was going to be done. If the Rumble's going to be, I know with those Saudi ones, it's usually in the afternoon. It's like either 3, 2 o'clock, or 1 o'clock. I know if it's Australia, it's first thing in the morning, which I hate.
Yeah, that's at 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's usually 8. And there was that one time it was 5 a.m. that one time, and my mom was like, "Good Lord, how tired are you?" I said, "Mom, I got up at 5 to watch a pay-per-view." It's like, "You didn't go to anybody's house." I said, "No. I just watched it there." And I think you can understand why I'm a little bit out of it right now. I'm on like 3 cups of.
I think Dave said we're doing it in the morning. Unless I misunderstood.
Like I said, I don't have a problem when we do it. I don't know. Like I said, if there's that, I don't know. Like I said, I'm assuming that the Royal Rumble is either going to be in the afternoon.
It is usually around 2 or 3.
Yeah, because it's in Saudi Arabia. If this was in the States, then we know we're getting at 7, 8 o'clock.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. But we'll wait until we cross that bridge out of that one. But moving on, we got sidetracked. I'm going to take the Jags as well too. They got the Jags 1.5 favorite, taking those points.
Yeah, I'm taking the points.
Okay. Same here. Over or under 51.
I'm gonna say under.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take an under 2. That's like way too high. I'm gonna take an under 2. Next one we have is the game that started the legend of Big Dom, the Niners and the Eagles. And for those out there, what I mean by that was when Trey Greenlaw struck him 2 years ago.
Yes. And Greenlaw's not on the team no more. He's with Denver.
Okay.
But yes, the Niners and the Eagles here.
Literally, we could have the impromptu cat fight of Bailey versus Nikki Bella.
We could, but I think George Kittle's wife might have an issue with that.
Yeah, because George Kittle is married, but the reason we say that because George Kittle is obsessed with Bailey.
Oh, you can't blame him.
I'm not blaming him. Hell, who wouldn't want to be obsessed with her?
Yeah,
I'm about to say, did you just see the recent pic of her in an Instagram with her and Lyra at a pool?
No, I thought that was AI.
No, that's a real photo.
Oh, I don't know what to trust anymore. People do all this AI stuff.
Yeah, well, the only AI one I saw was when Mercedes Moné took the smiles off the faces of Chris, Willow, and Harley and took all their belts off of them. That was AI.
No, I didn't see the picture of it, of her and Valkyria poolside.
Yeah.
Good thing for the internet. Hold on, I'll be back in 20 minutes. But no, I haven't seen it. I mean, I guess if I'll come across it.
I saw it. It was a very nice picture. Yeah, like I said, Lyra and Bailey are both smoking. I know, unfortunately, Bailey's not going to be in Philadelphia, but I just make that joke because George Kittle has an obsession with Bailey. Yes, he is married. Because I've seen George Kittle's wife. George Kittle's wife is not that bad looking. She's smoking. Yeah.
What makes you think Pam? Like I'm buddies with her. Now, what do you think Bailey is? Might not be in Philly. I'll give you that idea. She'd probably be here.
Probably. Well, I don't. Well, you got to understand. Raw is technically they're still an international. That's why.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. And Bailey and technically Nikki Bella is not on the active roster technically.
Right.
That's why I said Nikki more likely would be in Philadelphia. Bailey probably won't be back until February, until when they come to Philadelphia. Because God forbid if the Niners do win, you know how many boos Bailey's going to be getting. Because You know this city does not forgive and forget.
Nah. Speaking of that, did you see that video? This Niners fan that came here 2 years ago.
I saw, when he threw the egg at the bus.
No. He goes to his wife.
Yeah.
He's sitting on the couch, right?
Yeah.
He goes up. He goes, honey, which hat should I wear? This one or this one? Because I think he said Steve or Bob, one of his friends, is going to be wearing that. And she's like, for what? Oh, I'm going to Philadelphia for the. And she's like, oh, no, you're not. And he goes, yeah, we're no, you're not. You remember last time what happened? They showed what happened. Like, he was sitting there, like, all upset, and the Eagles fans were, like, yelling at him, like, yeah, fuck the Niners and all that. He's just sitting there like that. And she goes, oh, no. You can't be wasting all this money to go halfway across the country to watch your team get their asses.
Yeah.
And we're not having that. You can watch the Niners here, save money, and we'll have a party.
Yeah.
And you can watch it here, but your ass ain't going to no Philadelphia. And he's like, but honey, he's like, I don't care. You think the Niners care if you go to Philly?
No.
Do you think your life is going to depend you going to Philly? Your life's saying you're staying here. Because if you go to Philly, so help me, I will track you to Philly and beat your ass. So we can have a party here. You can sit your ass on the couch with me, and we can have a party, and we can bring our friends, and we can watch the game on this TV. And he's like, okay. He's like, and then she's like, and my cousin can come over. And then he's like, your cousin, the Eagles fan? Yeah, he can come up. Okay, but you better not start yelling at we're number one and the Eagles are going to kick your ass. I'm not having it. And she goes, that's right. So we'll have a party here. So instead of him going there now, he's watching the game at home.
Oh, man.
Because his wife put her foot down and was like,
Well, then we know who wears the pants in that marriage.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I'll have to laugh when I saw it.
I'll laugh. That's funny to me. I find it funny, too. I was laughing.
Yeah, because in the back, they have a picture of him from like last year as he's talking to his wife. They show his reaction, him sitting at the game when they were here in the playoffs and when they got demolished.
Oh, yeah. No, that was the year you took Brock Purdy out. Yeah, I remember that.
And then they show when, she goes, do you remember when you were there? They show like fans, like you just mentioned the eggs, and everyone's like, fuck you, fuck fuck Purdy, fuck your Niners. Throwing beer bottles.
Oh yeah. And then I remember the one where we had the legend of Big Dom, how that started, which was when the Eagles that was a regular season game where the Eagles were losing that game, and then out of all that, Big Dom became a legend because Philly needed some kind of spark, and they threw him out, which they shouldn't have thrown him out because he didn't do anything.
No, but he didn't have a title. That's why he got the title now. It's like assistant head coach.
Yeah, because at the time, I know he's the head of security, but he really didn't do anything. He didn't hit Greenlaw. Greenlaw was the one that should have got. Yeah, they threw Greenlaw out, which was right. They were already going to. Yeah, they both got ejected, which I don't think Dom should have got ejected. I know everybody in Philly was cheering to give him a standing O, and I was like, why is he getting thrown out? He didn't do anything.
Speaking of funny, you know how they both get ejected? I don't know if you've seen this. It's not football related, it's hockey.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Blues were getting their asses kicked by the Chicago Blackhawks. It was like 7-2.
Yeah.
And the coach was going to pull out Brittingham, the guy that, like, when he got, 900 points of Ovechkin, tried to hide in his pants so he can keep the puck.
Yeah.
But, they're trying to pull him out, but they couldn't find the backup goalie.
Mm-hmm.
The backup goalie was hiding behind a wall, sticking his head out. In the back, you see the coach is looking where the hell's the goalie?
Yeah.
Where's the backup? Smith, I think his name was, Huffer was his name.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find him. Then the camera zooms in. It goes past the coach where the tunnel is, where the players come in. And you see the goalie, he's just poking his head out, because he didn't want to go in the game. So he's just poking his head out back there. And you see his head keep poking out, I'm not going in there. It's 7-3. Stay in there. I'm not going in there.
Oh, man.
It's one of the funniest things you'll see. It's like the guy that actually gets paid to play hockey is like, I'm not going in there.
I ain't going out there.
No. I'll keep my paycheck just to sit here tonight. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I say the Eagles are going to win this with their defense.
Okay.
The Niners will complete it. Christian McCaffrey, when he faces good defense, doesn't do too well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Barkley's going to have a good game here.
Okay.
And AJ will do good, and the Eagles offense is going to put their foot to the pedal, to the metal, and actually not give up stuff here. But that defense is depleted. I mean, they gave up 42 points to the Bears 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I say Eagles win at home.
Okay.
Their defense.
Okay. Me, I'm going in an upset here. I'm going to pick the 49ers here because the Eagles offense did not look good. They didn't have them in. And I have a feeling that defense is going to get gassed. And I think this is going to be won by a kick by the Niners here. Either by, I'm trying to think, who's the Niners kick? It's not Moody. He's gone. Eddie Pinheiro. I think Eddie Pinheiro. So that's who it is.
Yes.
I think that's what's probably going to sell it here. It's either going to be a last-minute run by either McCaffrey, maybe a game-winning touchdown by Kittle, somewhere along the line there where the Niners are going to win very, very close here. So I'm going to take the 49ers here. Since you are taking your Eagles, they had the Eagles as 5.5 favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles to cover.
Okay. I'm going to take I got you. I'm going to take the Niners covered at 5.5. Over or under 44?
I'm going to say under 44.
I'm going to go under too because I don't know what I'm going to get out of this Eagles offense, to be honest with you. That is the question mark here. That's the question mark in all this.
Oh, speaking how we were talking about the game 2 years ago, that was the game that Johnson played. Joe Johnson, that's on the
Commanders.
How does this guy have a job there? That was his only second win of his whole career.
Oh, my God.
39. And that was his second whole win as a quarterback throughout his. They listed him when they were playing the game. He had at least 37 teams on there going back from his NFL starting date when he got drafted to the XFL to the UFL to the Canadian League back to the NFL. This guy, you want to talk about stealing money? I don't know how this guy does it. I mean, he's 39 years old. This is his only second win ever in the NFL. Oh, man. We could, and that's another problem we were talking about. The Eagles, he's cocky with it. It's like, oh, my backups could beat Steelers. Yeah, they probably could if you called a good game.
Yeah. But we'll wait and see what happens here. If is it going to be come when I go to Raw in Philly? If the Niners get eliminated, Bailey's safe. But if the Niners happen to win, you know how badly Bailey's going to get booed. Because we know we know Philadelphia does not forgive and forget.
Bailey wears that bikini, she will not get booed.
Well, yeah, that too. Well, better not be a Niners bikini, then she will get booed.
We got Nikki Garcia. We got Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
That's what we got. He's apparently with Cooper.
Yes. They'll maybe Nikki give him a good BJ before the game or something.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, speaking of Nikki Bella, did you hear what she said on the Pat McAfee show?
What did she say? I haven't watched Pat McAfee in a while.
They were interviewing her during the Miami game.
Yeah.
And she was talking, and she came out and said, football is starting to be like WWE, how the predictions just come out. So who's going to win this game, like Miami.
Yeah.
And then Pat McAfee and everyone just said, oh, no, she did not. No, she did not just say wrestling is predictable on national TV. That everything is picked out already.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they asked her about John Cena, and she kind of went past it real fast. Like, yeah, I still root for John.
Yeah. Even though, he left you or you left him, whatever, then you married someone else, then your domestic dispute, and then you got with Cooper DeJean. Cooper, again, be careful, kid.
Hey, he likes that sugar mama.
Like I said, I'm not hating on him. Yeah, I would be jealous of him in this instance, who he's dating. Yeah, who wouldn't want to be jealous of him? I'm not hating on. Yeah.
Now, the girl that he was with, I think they were together through high school and college.
Okay.
And then when he was famous, she gets kicked to the curb.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not hating on Nikki Bella. I want this out there. When I say even when we do next seasons, if they are still together or married or whatever, Hey, I'm not making no jokes on Nikki Bella and him because there's a difference. I actually like Nikki Bella. That's not the issue. This isn't
like Nikki Bella too. What's there not to like?
Yeah, what they're not to like. Yeah, at least he can do. Yeah, at least the part of the song, her interview. You can look, but you can't touch. He can look and touch.
Yeah, she has a high sex drive.
Yeah.
She also loves sports.
Yeah.
She's into sports.
So like I said, if they had to pander her 10, 20 times, I'm not going to have an issue with that because how many times they pander her every time in the WWE? 10, 20 times. Yeah. It'd just be like watching WWE all over again.
He also used the Eagles in a promo for her when she was in Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I said. So, in essence, I'm not going to have a problem with that. If they have to get their couple on Nikki Bella a lot, I'm not going to have a problem with that. Because everybody can say, I'm just playing the double standard here. No, I'm not playing the double standard. There's a difference.
Yeah, but she won't be there because she's overseas too, I believe.
Yeah, but I don't know if she's there overseas. That's the question. I don't know.
Wouldn't it be funny if Nikki and Bailey got another post heel? No, they're not.
No. Nikki's a heel. Bailey is Bailey's a babyface.
She's an in-betweener.
Yeah, Bailey's an in-betweener because you don't know what that split personality. You don't know which Bailey you're getting. Are we getting Hugger Bailey?
I don't like her storyline.
It kind of does need that because it's one day it's like Hugger Bailey, and then the next thing it's back to role model Bailey.
I thought they were going to come out there, going to make it more vicious and more dark and stuff like that, like switching personalities.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but no, they just keep doing it that way. But in essence, I don't know if we are going to get that but we'll wait and see what occurs. But it should be a very good game tomorrow. Now we have the Sunday night wild card game, the Chargers and the Patriots.
Chargers and Patriots. I'm going to go with the Chargers in an upset.
Okay.
I think they got a good running game. They got a great defense. I think their defense was winning third, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Through the whole NFL this year.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing tough. They got a good run game. They got good receivers. Justin Herbert's playing good.
Yeah.
The Patriots are a young team. Drake May had an outstanding season.
Yeah.
But they really haven't faced a strong top defense this year. And, Chargers have been here before, and I think if they get a lead, they're not going to waste it and lose it like last time they were in Jacksonville and coughed up that big lead. So, and the Patriots receivers just don't match up to the Chargers receivers. They just don't have. I mean, Diggs, he probably has shit on his mind with Cord.
Yeah, he's got his personal issues.
Apparently, Trey Henderson, he was injured most of this week. Got injured in practice. And he's playing, but he's still
not going to be 100%, basically.
Yeah. So I mean, I like the Chargers because there's always a couple games with an upset here. You just gotta find. I think this is going to be one of the upsets.
Okay.
Because everyone's riding the Patriots here, so Vegas is going to have a say. So.
Yeah. I'm still going to take the Patriots here. It's just because I've seen in the last two playoff meetings with the Chargers, I remember the first one, which was the blown lead in Jacksonville. Then Herbert throwing the 5 interceptions last year. It's just with this, they don't have those 2 offensive tackles for them. And I got a feeling the Chargers are going to do something here again that's going to mess it up. I don't know what, but there's bound to be a third chargering in this one. Now, if this game would have been in LA, I would have said, you know what? I think there's not going to be no chargering. And I think LA finally gets their first playoff win. But with this being in New England, Vrabel being a good coach, I can see there's more of that defense getting to Herbert because of the offensive line. I am going to take the Patriots here. I could see Henderson have somewhat a good game. So would Ramondre Stevenson. And I would say Kendrick Booty and Hunter Henry have one too. So I'm going to take the Patriots here with the win. Since you are taking the Chargers, they have the Chargers 3.5 favorite. You take 3.5 underdogs. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'm taking the points.
Yeah, I'll take the point. No, I'll take the Patriots with the 3.5. I'm going to take Patriots covered at 3. They're going to take covered at 3. Over or under 45.
I want to say I'll say over.
I'm going to say under because in New England, it's not easy to put up points in Foxborough. I'm going to take an under in this one. Yeah, I'm going to go under. And our final one, the Monday night game, the Texans and the Steelers.
Texans and the Steelers. I got the Texans here with the upset. I think they're the underdogs.
No, actually, the Texans are the favorites.
Are they?
Yeah.
By how much?
3 points.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're 3-point favorites.
Oh. All right, I'll take the Texans here. That defense is pretty good. C.J. Stroud starting to look like his old self lately these past few weeks. Nico Collins is going good. I think the Steelers are only in it because they made it in with the
and divine intervention too, because that priest literally blessed the field.
Pretty much.
Yeah, if you saw when the game before the game started, they had a priest literally soak holy water on the field.
Yes, they did. They'll probably do that again.
They probably, they might meet a couple priests in this one.
And they get DK Metcalf back, but no, it's not. DK hasn't done much this year for them. And I know this was probably going to be Rodgers' last game, most likely, unless he wants to come back again.
No.
And so, I got the Texans on the road here. I think Ryan's will have his boys ready to go, and that defense is going to be stringy. And like I said, Pittsburgh just barely squeaked in to get in. So, and they're coming off an emotional game last week to get in. So, they just don't have the firepower to go up against that defense. No. So I'll take the Texans here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Texans as well, too. The defense is going to get to Aaron Rodgers. C.J. Stroud playing like himself again, him, Nico Collins, and I can see Woody Marks having a good game here, too. So I got the Texans winning this one here, and that defense getting them. They have the Texans as 3-point favorites. You taking the points?
Yeah, I'll take the points.
I'll take Texans covered at 3. Over or under 38?
I'm going to go under 38.
I'm going to say over for the moment because Aaron Rodgers in the playoff does put up points, even though I know he's near his age. I know playoff time, this is when Aaron Rodgers usually starts cooking at times, but in this one, I think he's going to try to make it somewhat of a game here. So I'm going to take an over. So before we end and call it a day, what games should we look for? What playoff games are you looking most forward to? Besides your Eagles, I know that.
Yeah, the Eagles are looking forward to the Jacksonville-Buffalo game.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears and Packers.
Okay.
Pretty much. That's it for this week. I mean, they're all good. The entire playoffs, but ones. It would be the Chargers, Patriots, Eagles, 49ers, and Jaguars, Bills, and Green Bay, and Chicago would be the main ones to focus on.
Okay. I would say for me, the Bears and the Packers one's going to be a good one. All Sundays look good. The Bills and the Jags, the Eagles and the 49ers, and also the Chargers and the Patriots. Those look all good games. At least the good thing is I don't have to flip through Raw because, technically I'll be at work because Raw is going to be on at 2 o'clock because I'll be at work. I won't be able to watch it until after when I get off home. So at least I don't have to flip through. Thank you very much. I thank the Netflix for that one. So this is one good thing of this whole international thing. I'll give them that, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I don't know what's up. I don't know. I have ad-free with my Netflix. I don't know if this happens to you, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning, every time that they go to ads, they would still have Raw on. You could watch the match while they would go on ads with people that had the ads that paid for it, people that had ad-free, which I have. You could watch what's going on between when they're taking a break so you wouldn't miss any action.
Okay.
Now, all of a sudden, I'm watching Raw. Now, all of a sudden, now I'm getting stupid ads on there, and they're not doing what they used to where I could actually watch.
I think that's WWE trying to get their money from their sponsors.
That's bullshit.
That is
bullshit. I was like so pissed. I'm like, I pay for no ads, and I'm getting ad shit. And it's like, well, guess what? Now I won't watch it live because you get the ads. You watch the replay, and you won't get the ads.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do too. I watch the replay and see what happens. Like I said, my first full Raw I watched was in January because there was no Monday Night Football. And now with this, I'll be watching that when I get off work to see, okay, what happened, watch it before the game starts. If I miss a little bit, I can wait during halftime. But it should be a good, interesting, good game this week. So, oh no, we should be looking forward to what the divisional is going to be. Whoever's going to have to go to Denver or Seattle is going to be very interesting.
Well, if the Jaguars got to go to Denver, I don't see them having a problem. They already been.
I don't, because they've already taken care of business down in the Mile High City, so they shouldn't. It wouldn't shock me in a way if, hey, would this be finally the year the Jags finally make their first Super Bowl? They've been to a championship before. They just have lost in championships.
Hey, they can do it. I mean, they got the talent and the team to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence is playing like lights out, number one quarterback right
Yeah,
now.
he's playing like he's Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, because like I said, they do. The actor and him, they both look alike. They almost can pass for twins. And that's when I said when Trevor Lawrence used to do good, that was a nickname I used to always call him, was Sunshine.
Sunshine.
But yeah, that was
they
that.
Call you Sunshine.
So before we end it and call it a day, it's just been enough time for talk. I'm Dave. Oh, shit, let me do this again. Well,
spit it out.
Yeah, let me get it. Then there's one for blooper reels. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, just don't spit it out like sunshine.
All right, here we go. Well, it's just been enough time for talk. It's time for kickoff. I'm Dave Walker with Joe Law, and we'll see you on the field. Goodbye, everybody.
Good sports. Hey, are you placing any bets today?
I can't. I barely. I just paid my rent. I'll wait till I get paid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just literally paid. I can't put anything down right now. I'll have to wait till next week. I can.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully I can hit something today.
I hope. Yeah. Good luck. I hope you get something, man.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah.
I've been trying all damn year. I haven't get shit.
Yeah, it's been rough for everybody.
Yeah, all these upsets, man.
Yeah.
Game starts in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, about an hour about to start. Yeah. So I'll see you around, Joe, man.
All right, man. Take care.
You too. Good talk, man.
All right, later.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's way late. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go to my